Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today, we're stepping once again into the new world of Relics. A brand new system that takes our heroes to another level, reshaping how they fight, how they control, and how they dominate the battlefield. And this time, the spotlight falls on one of the most dangerous control in hero wars, Alliance, Somna. If you thought Somna was already a nightmare to deal with, Relics turn her into something else entirely. A true manipulator of tempo, a predator of physical attackers, and a hero who bends entire teams to her will. The arrival of Relics is not just an upgrade for Somna, it's a full transformation. And here's the best part, Guardians, right now, during the Brawls event, you get the perfect opportunity to see this transformation in action. For 7 straight days, you can put Somna to the test at maximum power. That means fully unlocked relics, maxed legendary skills, and a chance to see her perform as if she was already at her future peak. Rewards from Brawls might not be the most exciting, we all know they could be better, but don't let that distract you. The real reward is the experience of seeing what Somna can truly become, and learning how to master her before anyone else. So today, we'll talk about what relics really do for Somna, why she becomes such a dangerous force, and how you can make the most of the Brawls to prepare for her future. Let's start with what Somna already brings to the table. At her core, she is a control hero unlike any other. Her kit is built around sleep, locking enemies down, stopping their abilities, and forcing them to play by her rules. Unlike stuns, sleep doesn't just stop you, it also punishes you if you try to wake up. Somna thrives on this, turning every physical attacker into their own worst enemy. Heroes like Dante or Yasmin, who rely on constant rapid hits, actually make things worse for themselves, because they're the ones waking up her sleeping targets and taking the backlash. That's why Somna is already considered one of the most unique heroes in the game, she punishes aggression. Now, when you add relics into the mix, everything changes. Each relic unlocks a legendary upgrade to her skills, taking what she already does and pushing it to extremes. Suddenly her crowd control lasts longer, her damage becomes sharper, and her role in battle shifts from being a situational control, to being a centerpiece. Every level you upgrade her relics, you don't just see small gains, you see transformations. Her control widens, her punishments hit harder, and her survivability improves. And because she's an intelligence-based, all those relic stats stack beautifully on top of her natural scaling. This is why the Brawls event is so important. It's your laboratory. For 1 week, you can throw Somna into any team you like and watch her at max relic potential. You don't have to imagine what she'll look like fully built, you get to play it, right now. And trust me, the difference is shocking. I tested Somna across multiple comps, and the results were devastating. In teams focused on control, she becomes the anchor that keeps enemies locked down endlessly. In mixed comps with heavy damage dealers, she sets them up perfectly by softening and disrupting targets. And in mirror fights, where enemies also bring control, her relic upgrades make her the deciding factor, she outcontrols the controllers. One of the first things you'll notice with her relics is how smooth her synergy becomes with other Way of Mystery heroes. Put her next to Amira. Normally, people think of Amira as a niche hero, but in relic-powered teams with Somna, she shines. Her fair deal strips critical hits from enemies, which is already powerful against creep-based threats like Yasmin or Kayla. But combine that with Somna's punishment of physical attackers, and suddenly creep teams collapse. Somna keeps them locked down and punished, while Amira denies their burst potential entirely. And with her own raw damage from Careless Wish, Amira contributes far more than just utility. Then there's Sori. With his Fox Fire Marks, he preys on enemies gaining energy. And Somna's sleep naturally delays energy gain, creating an awkward tempo where enemies either stay locked down or wake up into punishment. It's the perfect environment for Satori to strike, because enemies can't pace themselves, they're forced into mistakes. With relics boosting Somna's control, those mistakes become fatal. And of course, we can't forget Folio. His disruption and distraction add another layer of magical chaos. With his area of effect bursts, he thrives when enemies are clumped or controlled, and Somna ensures they always are. Together, they overwhelm entire teams with magical pressure. Folio keeps the battlefield unstable, while Somna keeps it slow and locked, forcing enemies to burn out while your side ramps up damage. Guardians, let me tell you, these synergies are more than theory. In Brawls, I ran these setups, and the performance was devastating. Teams that normally hold strong against control-heavy lineups crumbled under the constant cycle of sleeps, stuns, and punishment. With Relics, Somna doesn't just participate in control. She dictates it. She is the centerpiece around which control teams rotate. And here's the thing, Relics don't just improve her role. They change her identity. Pre-Relic, Somna was seen as situational. Strong against certain comps, weaker against others. But with Relics, she becomes versatile. The legendary skill upgrades give her consistency, she brings raw power that fits into almost any lineup. And that is the mark of a true top-tier hero. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The Relic system itself. Unlocking Relics is not simple. 2. Unlock the item itself. That's locked behind bundles or the Golden Relic Pass. Which means, Guardians, if you want to unlock Somna's Relic right now, you'll have to go through the paywall. We'd all love a more free-to-play friendly path. But here's the reality, once unlocked, every level of Relic progress matters. You see the difference with every upgrade. And that is why Brawls is such a golden opportunity. You get to experience what the maxed Relic feels like without needing to spend, at least for this event. So here's my advice. Don't focus too much on the negatives. Yes, the rewards from Brawls could be better. Yes, the paywall for Relic unlocks is not good. But right now, you have 7 days to enjoy Somna at her absolute peak. Use it. Experiment. Test her in offense, test her in defense, and most importantly, test her with multiple lineups. Try her with Amira. Try her with Satori and Folio. Or even go wild and test her in teams with Kayla, Aiden or Yasmin. See how she interacts with your roster, and learn her timings. Because the moment Relics become a permanent part of the game, the players who already mastered her will be far ahead of the curve. And trust me, once you've seen her Relic power in action, you'll understand why Somna is going to shape the meta. With Relics, she becomes faster, tougher, and infinitely more disruptive. She's no longer just a control, she's a nightmare. A true dominator of tempo who punishes anyone who underestimates her. So Guardians, my verdict is clear. Somna's Relics are worth it. They elevate her beyond her old limits, they unlock devastating new potential, and they make her one of the most dangerous investments in the entire game. Don't sleep on Somna, she's the one putting enemies to sleep. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tested Somna in the Brawls? What team compositions did you try, and what results did you see? Did you feel the same overwhelming control and damage that I did? Share your stories in the comments, I'll be reading them all. And if this guide helped you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Olympus Alliance, and ring the bell so you never miss the latest breakdowns, guides, and strategies. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.